Hey, I wanna talk a little about you and where you are currently. And in August of 2020, you tore your Achilles and have been out since. How are you doing? And when and I don't need like a specific date, just can we expect you back at some point this year, hopefully?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's at this point in my rehab. It's been a long one. It's been a lot of what ifs or unknowns, especially going the second time through. I've had to do quite a bit of growing in a lot of other places. It's a tough place to be. Um, but at this point, I'm starting to be able to just see the light at the end of the tunnel, and some things can take time, but I know it's just a matter of time now. Everything's feeling good. I'm, getting out towards long toss again, and just starting to feel like an athlete again. The repair feels really, really strong. It's not going anywhere. It's been anchored in there, and we made sure this time that it's absolutely as strong as can be. So, like I said, it's going to be a little bit longer. I was hoping, you know, mid-season. It's still kind of our rough goal, but it just depends. It's not like being on the IL for something small that might only take a couple more days, and you know where you're going to be at. So we're kind of just taking it 2 weeks at a time right now. We're reevaluating every 2 weeks, saying what do I need to work on, what's still just not there, and then going forward. And I think the farther we get along, and the more I'm just starting to feel like an athlete, it'll just be a matter of time. So
Yeah.
I'm excited, but having to put my ego aside sometimes and pull the reins in, and just make sure I get the work that I need. Are most important right now, not what I'll need to be working on in 6 weeks. That's going to be what's going to get me there, and I can't wait for that moment.
Not to compare you to my dad, because my dad can't even remotely come close to throwing a baseball, but he tore his Achilles like 2 years ago. So I learned a lot about it, and apparently it's like the worst. It's like the worst thing you can do. The rehab is just long and awful, and it just was not good for him. So I certainly understand the rehab has been ridiculous. So walk me through what happened. So I know in August of 2020 you tore your Achilles. You were coming back, and then what happened? You re-tore your Achilles, right? So what happened there?
Yeah, I mean, lots of things, really. I mean,
Right.
it's it's something that I don't think we're ever really going to have a firm answer for. Um, Things just, there's basically probably a suture reaction to my initial repair.
Yeah.
I went in for a clean out in April when things just started getting angry. Started getting to the point where it was just, tough to do small things like walk properly again. And basically, we found all the sutures were just sitting in a ball. They hadn't been taken in by the tissue at all. The repair was made. It's just, because of all that gunk in there, it just didn't have a ton of great
Yeah.
tissue. And so we knew it was kind of just like, all right, well, take them out and give it more time to scar up. And, we did that, but, hindsight, it probably needed to just happen again,
Yeah.
to give a good inflammatory response, a good ability to heal the second time. And that was without a doubt one of the toughest moments of my life when that
Yeah.
happened that day, basically just walking into the field. But having reassurance that day, talking to doctors and everybody that, it doesn't make you any less likely to come back from a second one. It's just going to take longer. And if you're in for the work, then you'll be just fine. So that was never a question. And, we got back to it right after surgery. And I guess the nice part was is I knew what the rehab entailed already. So I was a little more ready for it the second time. And thankfully it's moved by fairly quickly.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.